Leading answer was the guy saying that it's not in the public's good for this to get out. God, I wish I knew rather what that meant. Because the big speculation, there's a bunch of big speculations, but the big one has always been that we were genetically engineered. I mean, that's something that Zecharia Sitchin talked about, and when he describing the Sumerian texts and those ancient clay tablets that show this very large, strange-looking humanoid with a humanoid on his lap that has a tail. It's very bizarre.
It's like Childhood's End. Have you read that book, Arthur C. Clarke?
No.
So how they acclimate the human society, if I remember the book properly, is they have all these motherships just hover all over the earth, and they sit there for generations, acclimating people to them, because the ETs or whatever, they've got a problem. The problem is they look like the fucking devil. Like forked tail.
Wow.
That was the book. I don't mean to give it away for people, but it was so crazy.
Oh, that's amazing.
So speculating right now, just speculating, because it's driving me crazy. What do you think, if this is true? We're just saying, if this is true, if we're being visited by something.
Yeah.
What could be so powerfully devastating that these keepers of the secrets have literally, all of them, pretty much stopped at the same place and talking with me and George, which is like, I am not for disclosure on this. There's something they're not telling us that is so heavy.
Well, it could be a bunch of things, right? It could be the fact that they do want to get control of the technology before enemies do. That makes sense. But it also could be the genetic engineering thing, because there's a weird thing with human beings and lower primates. The lower primates are all still around, and there was a bunch of different kinds of humans that didn't make it, Neanderthal and Denisovan, and there's a bunch of other ones that they keep discovering new ones. But, God, there's a giant leap between us and the other primates, a weird one, real weird. We vary so wildly in terms of how we look. We vary so wildly in the environments that we can live in. We have hyper intelligence in comparison to everything else that's on the planet, like giant leaps above in terms of our ability to manipulate our environment. We're not like anything else. And, the thing about when you look at us and you look at primates, you go, oh, yeah, we're similar. When you look at us and you look at chimps, you look at, bonobos and stuff, you're like, yeah, I guess humans are kind of similar to those in a little bit. Like you've watched Chimp Empire, that show on Netflix.
Yeah.
But, boy, big fucking difference, and they're still around. They're still around looking exactly the same. And we somehow or another advance to this very bizarre thing that flies around in metal tubes all over the planet and sends video through space. Well, we're so much different than them. And, they are our ancient ancestors, right? They're our ancient cousins. Like, what happened?
Would people freak out if that story came out, if it was
I think
confirmed?
they would. Well, I think it would really throw a monkey wrench into religion for sure. You'd have to I think religion would probably adapt, and, that this was also created by God, and these are messengers of God or something like that. They would probably come up with some sort of, if that turned out to be absolutely true. But, the doubling of the human brain size over a period of 2 million years is the biggest mystery in the entire fossil record, apparently. And they don't know. There's a bunch of speculation, a lot of, questions and guesses and, different things that we could have done that could have facilitated that. But that's a big one, man. That's a weird one.